Welcome to 1111, which is a segment for my podcast where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. It's the first 1111 of the year, and I feel like a very special message that I've recently learned. So you know how I do this like little meditation, hippy dippy. I'm obsessed with my meditations. I think it's one of like the best habits that I've built lately. But recently I did this meditation, and in the meditation, the person was talking about how they gave us this story of a turtle and a surfer. Basically, the turtle and the surfer were in the ocean, and they were both racing. And the surfer was like, I'm obviously faster than the turtle, like, hello, common sense. Well, no. So basically, the turtle passes the surfer, and the surfer's like, why? Like, how did you pass me? And the turtle's like, well, I went with the flow. Like, I went with the currents of the flow, and, like, it just brought me to my destination faster. And basically, in the meditation, it was saying how our energy is the flow and the universe is the ocean, and how we are in an ocean of beautiful divine energy, and how we should value this universe, and how we should value this flow because we do not know where it'll take us. And I find that so beautiful, and in a way of like trusting the flow of the divine energy and the divine universe and the divine flow of energy and everything and all those words just because it gives me like a sense of trust of like no of like the universe has my back. And I think me trying to heal and me dealing with sometimes like not having a lot of people to count on, it's nice to be like, I can count on myself and the universe. Like, I'll be tight. But also the concept of the flow of energy and trusting the flow of things, it really gives me a sense of like peace, just because I sometimes feel this stagnancy around me, feeling stagnant and just not feeling like moving at the pace that I want to move. One, that's not the healthiest because it's like comparing yourself to other people that are moving the way you want to move, or just that are doing the things you kind of want to do. Comparison is honestly the worst thing you can ever do, just because you're denying what the energy and what the universe is giving you. So, kind of like allowing the flow of that divine energy, and not comparing yourself to what others are doing. um I think that's a very important lesson for me. It's like, okay, hey, you are where you're meant you you are where you're meant to be. I recently had this like a little, I'll talk about this on Sunday, this episode that I had lately. It was kind of like imposter syndrome in a way. I really, really want to talk about it, but this focus was like, I am where I'm meant to be. And I think that's so important to like affirm ourselves every morning, being like, I'm where I'm meant to be. Just because sometimes I think we compare ourselves to other situations, and it's easy to be like, I wish I was there. But also, when you do that, you're not appreciating what you have now. You're not appreciating what you do, what you're given now. And I think that's so important to do, just because it's being in the present. Like, one thing we've learned is that the universe always supplies. Like, this time next year we'll be living so good. And we need to be living in the present, and I feel like that's very important. I also feel like feeling stuck, feeling like nothing is flowing, nothing is moving. I think that's kind of like the universe preparing us for not, I don't want to like have expectations. I don't want to have, some sort of like, I need to have this because my life has been so boring. But I honestly feel like the universe is preparing us for like a cosmic reward, or it's preparing us for something that's like really challenging, or it's just giving us a break, because obviously they know how hard we work. Hello. So I personally am like, I'm learning how to be happy with being bored, with feeling stagnant, with feeling, stuck in the same place. I wouldn't say stuck in the same place. I would say We're in this situation because we need to learn a specific lesson from it, and that's why we haven't moved on. And that's why, we haven't not healed, but that's why we haven't gone to the next chapter in our life, because there's probably still lessons that we still need to learn in this current chapter. I also feel like the divine energy flow is with people as well. I think certain people will come in and out of our lives with flow, and we have to just allow it. I think like something that I'm really focusing on this year is being present, being in the energy flow, just trusting the divine universe. B, not forcing relationships, like just allowing everything to flow. Just because I think it's very important to not force anything, because you're kind of like forcing what the universe has planned for you. And if you're kind of contradicting, or you're like fighting against the universe, I feel like the universe is going to be like, what the heck, dog? Like, we're buddies here. Like, we are. Well, like for me, I kind of believe like I'm the universe. Like my delusional head is like, wait, maybe I'm the universe. But I'm also like, why not? I don't know. It's just a thought. But in a way, I feel like our energy is this like divine, amazing, beautiful. Oh, sorry. I'm yawning. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit sleepy today. I haven't been. I'm trying not to. I'm like trying not to drink so much caffeine, just because caffeine is like. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying for me, like I really want to be like as using my brain as much as possible. And like tomorrow I have boxing in the morning, so I want to like not use caffeine, just to like back to the flow, just to see how my energy flows. I don't know. It's kind of exciting. I'll update you on Saturday how that goes. But I just want to see if like I'm able to do things without pre-workout, like the gym wise. I don't know. I think that's interesting to me. Just to see if like my brain will work, or like how my body will work. But back to the energy flow and our divine purpose. I think that's a really good goal for us to be like the turtle and just go with the current and just go with the flow and not fight back, because I think once we like start, complaining, we start, obviously if like our situation isn't the best and like there's room for complaining, complain, gorge, like rant, vent, do all of that stuff, but also try to see if like there's something that we can fix. I think, I don't I'm not the type of person that's just going to sit with the problem and be like, "Oh, someone else will take care of it." But maybe sometimes like making a list of like what the issue is and being like, "Okay, how can I fix this?" Sometimes the solution is right there, and like, we can figure it out. I'm a firm believer of like figuring it out. Like I'm like I can figure this out. Like I think I got this, and like we can do whatever we put our heads to. I think that's a very good lesson, and I think it's something like my mom has really taught me, being like figure it out. It is kind of harsh, honestly, and it's like ask for help if you need help, stinky. But sometimes I'll be like I can figure this out, and I will. But it's like I could have literally just asked for help, and I would have like learned along the way. But that's the flow, honestly. Like that's just the flow of life, and I'm not like, I don't know. I think it's a cute, reminder to be like, you know what? The universe has its flow. The universe has everything aligned. Um but also sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you have to write your own, alignment, and you have to get your alignment together, and you have to like set your priorities straight and being like, you know what? Like setting clear habits, setting good habits, all of that stuff will align things for you. I feel like just laying in bed and doing nothing won't align anything for you. I feel like we have to be, get up. Obviously, rest. I think rest is important. I think I'm trying to rest this year. Like, I'm trying to learn how to rest because I'm always like on a go. But I think, getting up and like doing something every single day that, will make you happy will align the universe to start working for you. I think that's important. I feel like meditation and like just speaking to the universe, or just like really learning how to like tap into that chakra of yours, it's really important. I feel like that will help a lot with like the alignment of the universe, and just manifestations. I feel like manifesting what you want, it will also help the universe, align things for you. And I feel like clearing out bad things that are in your life will make room for good things to come into your life. I'm a firm believer in, like, when people leave, it's because better things are coming. I'm not saying that necessarily that person was bad, but there's always room for improvement, and sometimes you're the bad, and sometimes you're the bad that's leaving their life. I think I've also come to terms that in some relationships I've been, the bad guy, and I think, that's life. And I feel like, there's always a villain, and you're going to be a villain in someone else's story. And sometimes you're the bad stuff that someone wants to get rid of, and that's totally okay. I think it's a little bit delusional to be like, no, I'm perfect, and being like, I'm not the problem. And sometimes we are, and I think taking accountability and, like, realizing what the issue is and, like, fixing it will allow the universe to align better things for you, for both parties. Like, both parties deserve good energy and good vibes. But that was just a little reminder for today. I love you so much. Please be safe, meditate, do whatever you want, honestly. Bye, be safe.